A federal judge will allow the Trump administration's efforts to cut the government workforce to continue. The judge declined a request from labor unions for relief, as the judge says he lacks jurisdiction and says the claims must be filed with federal labor relations authorities. Meanwhile, Argentina's president did this, handed Elon Musk a chainsaw on stage at CPAC yesterday. During remarks on stage, Musk praised the work of the Trump administration to cut the federal workforce. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand. You see her there at the White House and watched all of this. Natalie, let's start with Elon Musk at CPAC. Tell us about that chainsaw and his message to supporters there.
Good morning, Errol. Well, that chainsaw was a gift from Argentina's President Javier Milei, who we've seen is close with the Trump administration. And Milei actually used a chainsaw on the campaign trail back in 2023 during rallies to symbolize cuts to government spending. Now, Musk, wielding that chainsaw on stage yesterday at CPAC, said that this chainsaw is for bureaucracy. It comes, of course, as he moves to slash federal government spending. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Musk, as we've seen, is laying off thousands of federal employees. And his reception, Errol, at CPAC also shows, how close of an advisor he has become to President Trump, how he's been embraced by the conservative base that supports President Trump. But interesting to note, Errol, what we saw this week over on Capitol Hill, some Republicans, namely Senator Murkowski of Alaska, speaking out against some of these federal employee firings, which are impacting red states and blue states. That so many thousands of federal employees work outside of Washington, D.C. in these individual cities and states, jobs that are really important to the community. So as more layoffs and these individual stories come to light, we'll have to see whether more Republican lawmakers speak out.
Note that it's impacting so many professionals' lives across the country, and you have this ruling now by the federal judge not to intervene. How is the White House and how are unions responding to that ruling, which effectively allows these cuts to continue?
Yeah, this ruling late yesterday was a legal win in court for the Trump administration. We'll have to see how the unions who filed this suit, 5 unions, respond, what their next moves will be. But essentially, the judge said that he is allowing for now this effort to downsize the firings to continue because he said that he does not have jurisdiction over the case. He said that the unions must pursue their challenges through the Federal Labor Relations Authority. That's an agency which handles labor disputes between federal employee unions and management. But Judge Cooper, in this ruling, he's from Washington, D.C., he did note that if the unions lose there, that they could then continue the court battle through the appeals process. And I want to note, Errol, in his ruling, in his court order yesterday, he did signal concern. In fact, the first sentence of his order, let me read it to you. It says, the first month of President Trump's second administration has been defined by, quote, an onslaught of executive actions that have caused, some say by design, disruption and even chaos in widespread quarters of American society. And Errol, I want to mention I reached out to another union which has filed a separate suit on the same issue of the federal employee layoff. So we'll have to see what happens to that lawsuit and again how the unions in this first one choose to move forward.
All right, we appreciate all those updates. Natalie Brand, thank you.